Takeoff, and his life behind bars. Patrick Xavier Clark, a club promoter also known as DJ Pat in the Houston area, was initially arrested and locked up at Harris County Jail on December 2, 2022. Clark faces life in prison if found guilty of Takeoff's murder, but that's not the only thing he has to worry about. He also has to deal with the possibility of getting jumped by other inmates who may happen to be fans of the popular rap trio Migos. After all, there are other examples of rapper killers getting sucker punched by fellow prisoners. A great example is the case of Justin Johnson. In early December of 2022, Justin Johnson, the alleged killer of another popular rapper, Young Dolph, was attacked by an inmate while behind bars. According to reports that were confirmed by the Shelby County Sheriff's Office, Johnson was punched unprovoked by a fellow inmate as he was simply making a phone call. Life behind bars is a whole different kind of hell. Unlike the days he could go out to parties as DJ Pat, Clark wouldn't be able to walk freely while incarcerated as all inmates are constantly under surveillance. According to certain inmate handbooks, he can expect to be woken up at 6 a.m. every day and would have to clean up his cell by mopping the floors and taking out the trash, or risk being disciplined. His bed will most likely be made of a slab that's attached to the wall, and the only piece of furniture around him would be a stainless steel toilet. The prison condition of rapper Takeoff is another example of what Takeoff's alleged killer will probably have to experience, especially if he starts getting into some kind of physical altercation with other inmates. Takeoff remains under strict supervision, spending 23 hours a day in solitary confinement with 1 hour allotted to go to the gym. Suge Knight, who's currently serving a 28-year sentence for voluntary manslaughter, also has nothing but negative reviews when he spoke about what life's like behind bars. The former overlord of Death Row Records described the terrible conditions by saying, "The food is garbage, the cell is freezing, it's dirty and nasty. You could be sitting in your bed at night and a rat might run across your chest or it might bite you. Roaches is all over your bed." Clark's financial situation is also proving to be a big problem. On December 5th, 2022, while he was still locked up, he asked the court for financial assistance to hire a private investigator to help prove his innocence. According to his motion asking for assistance, he had exhausted all finances to pay for his attorney, who has agreed to a substantially reduced rate. The motion was granted on December 9th, with the judge allowing a maximum of $5,000 in fees and expenses to be paid to the private investigator. Clark stands accused of firing several gunshots into a crowd and fatally striking Takeoff at a private party in a bowling alley back in early November last year. He was arrested after the authorities discovered he was planning to travel to Mexico, having applied for and received an expedited passport. He was found with a large amount of cash in his possession when he was taken into custody. Prosecutors had asked that his bond be set at $2 million because he was believed to be a flight risk, but Clark's lawyers were able to bring it down to $1 million, with the conditions that he must remain under continuous house arrest and wear a GPS monitoring device, and he must stay away from Takeoff's family. After being formally indicted on May 25th this year by a Texas grand jury over Takeoff's murder, it's only a matter of time before Clark finally learns if he gets to live out all the